So to preface this, it's its own thing in the unit. But I'm going to let you know, when we're dealing with composite areas and volumes, it's not actually a new thing. So as we go through this, the question I want you to ask yourself first is, what do I know? How can I use it? All right, what do I know and how can I use it? And then I want you to focus on things like communication and organization. Because I'll let you know, when I see students struggling at all on these, it's because they can't find this thing that they needed that they already solved for or something like that, okay? So I'm going to give you some strategies to stay organized. But I'm going to let you start by going over number 3 and 8 on your notes page. 3 and 8.
I have a blue marker.
For my Zoomers, there's a link to these notes on the one-stop shop. So 3 and 8 on your notes. I want you to work on it with people around you. And then we're going to go over them together in about 7 minutes for these probably. So 3 and 8. Zoomers notes page is on the Canvas doc.
So what I did was I split it right here down the side over there by the 3 and the 6. I made that just one.
Like right there?
So then I multiplied
Did anybody do this split?
I did that, and then I messed up.
It's an option. It's a trapezoid, which is a little harder.
I did the one going down there, and so
Okay.
I multiplied those to get 18.
So I like to do something like this.
Yeah, I just wrote it. Oh, I just write it in the box.
So something like this to stay organized. 18 square feet tells me its area. Okay.
And then, so for the next one, because now I know that my sides, well, actually, first you have to take 3. Yeah, you have to take 3 away from, you have to do 3 minus, 15 minus 3.
Yeah, so that would be 12 left in the base of that triangle.
And then it's 12 times 6. And then you just divide that by 2.
Well, the triangle, though, Tannen, right here, would be, so it's a triangle.
Yeah.
The base of my triangle would be 12. My height would be,
Oh, not 6. It would be
12, right? The 6 and the 6. So you kind of have to add those two chunks together. You guys seeing those two chunks on the side? Good mistake. So we got 72 square feet there. So 72 and 18. That gives us 90 square feet total. How do you feel about that, friends? Again, some things I want to point out about my organization, and I know I might be biased. But you can tell kind of what equations I'm doing here. You can tell the little areas I got for my different chunks. You can tell where I split it up, and you can tell that it's area, right?
Yeah.
So an organizational strategy I like to use is I circle the things I need for answers, and I box answers. That's just my little organization. Because, if there's let's say I broke it down in 10 different parts, it'd be easy to go find all my circled little parts, right? Because in the real world, think about the volume of this classroom, all the little indents and stuff. It would take a lot. Okay, let's look at number 8 together. Mikey, tell me kind of how you broke this down.
Alright, so, I take the stake, but it's already broke down.
They did kind of break it down for you, didn't they? Those dashed lines are giving us heights and diameters,
I'm
but
not gonna lie, so yeah.
so what shape you want to work on first?
So I just, personally, I did the half circle first.
Okay.
So I know the diameter of that is 4, but the radius is 2.
Okay.
So I have to do 2 times 2.
So pi r squared, right?
Yep, so
But how much of a circle do I have, Mikey?
half, I'm not there yet.
Oh, sorry.
So then I do pi, 2 times 2 is 4.
Mm-hmm.
4 times pi was, what is 12.56, and then I divided
by
that
2?
by 2 and got 6.28 for that half circle.
Oh, meters. Okay. So I'm going to circle that.
Yep, and then
What'd you do next?
I did the box next,
The rectangle. Okay.
and for the box you have 4 times 6,
Okay.
and that got me 24.
Okay.
And then you have to do the triangle, and the triangle measurements are 2 and 3.
I don't see 3.
But no, it's because 7 minus 4.
Oh, yeah. So you're right. I didn't see it, but I had to interpret the measurements I had. Okay.
So then you get 6, and then you divide 6 by 2,
Mm-hmm.
and you get 3.
So one way I do that different, Mikey, is when I'm looking at it, I do half of 2 first. But you're great. It's not wrong at all. Okay, so what'd you get?
And then you do 27 plus 6.28,
Yeah.
and then you get 33.28.
And let me tell you what I did there a little different. I added these two together first, Mikey, because that got me to 30.28. It was easy to add 3, but we're all good. It's all the same. I like showing you some ways I do things easier. Okay, next, you're going to flip over the back of your notes, and you're going to complete number 14 and 15. They look like this and like this. Zoomers, it's on the PDF on Canvas. We'll give you a little more time for these because they're a little more involved. What's cool is everybody in first hour, well, not everybody, most people stuck with there's two different ways that were both common to get this done. So I'm interested to see how you do it. We're not going to go after an answer quite yet. I would just like a couple different people to explain to me how they went about it. So Joseph, how'd you go about it?
So first we found the volume of the big rectangle in like the middle.
So you found the volume of this whole shape thing first.
Yeah. And that was
Well, I don't want to know what it is. And then you found the volume of this and then this and added the 3 up.
yeah.
Anybody do it different?
Wait.
Yeah, Will.
I worked with Tanya and we just found the value of the face on the front.
Yeah.
and then
So
multiplied
yeah,
by
that's the
5.
thing. Let me use a different color. So what Will's saying is they found the area of this
And then multiplied.
and then multiplied it by the height to fill it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, they're both the same thing. I'm actually inclined to go about it that way, maybe.
Yeah.
So one way I like to go about that is getting organized. Can you guys tell what I'm doing there?
Yeah, you're drawing out the different
I'm
shapes.
breaking it down. So for this small hemisphere, I would do pi r squared divided by 2. The little bit larger hemisphere, pi r squared divided by 2. And the rectangle there, 4 by 2. So I'm just going to get that one out of the way. And so the square millimeters are telling me that's the area of this, right? All I've done is I filled in this. Who got the area of that larger hemisphere for me? Tanya?
6.28.
6.28 square millimeters, okay? And that fills this in. All right, and Will, that smaller hemisphere?
1.57.
1.57 square millimeters, and that fills this in. And by the way, if you found the volume of each one of these things individually, you had this in your work and you just did it times 5, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So if we add these 3 things up, what do we get?
You just did the steps different.
Yeah, same thing, only different, right? When I add those up, what area do I get for in there?
It's 79.3 if you're rounding.
Well, let's go to the nearest hundred since I have hundreds.
Yeah. Oh, you do? Okay, 79.3.
5, 6, 7. I don't think that's right.
79.25.
79.
That's square millimeters, right? I need to multiply that by 5 to fill it in.
That was the thing. No, that
Oh,
was the entire
no, no. I want the area of this.
The face.
I want the area.
Oh, you just want the area?
Yeah, I want
Oh,
a total
15.85.
15.85 square millimeters. I'm going to multiply that by 5 to fill in, right?
Yeah.
And then I get
79.25.
79.25.
And you have to round that.
And then you round to 79.3
So 79.3 cubic millimeters. Cool. What's really cool is you could have went about it 2 different ways that were kind of the same way and still been good, right? Another cool thing is you could have made mistakes and learned something. All right. Let's look at this one. This kind of looks like a doghouse, maybe?
Oh, that looks
A house. Okay, John Barnes. What should I do?
So the first thing I did
Mhm.
was 16 times 18.
So you found this triangle first? Kinda? So if I'm going to do the triangle, I can do 16 times 18, but a triangle is how much of that?
Half of that. And then I divided that by 2.
Okay, so the triangle area,
Is 144.
144 square feet, okay?
And then I did 21 times 18
Okay. And so your rectangle area,
is 378.
378 square feet.
And then I added those
Mm-hmm.
and multiplied them by 2.
When you added them, what'd you get?
When I added
522.
them, I got 522, yeah.
And then we got, so what John did is he filled in this whole side over here.
Times selected.
and then filled it in. Times by 13, fills it in, and what'd you get?
6,786.
Cubic. Now, friends, if you're a person that did something like this, it's still cool. So volume of this would be 1/2 times 18 times 16, and then times 13 to fill it in. I'm cool with that. And volume of this would be 18 times 21 times 13. And then add those two things together. You're really doing the same thing. I'm just showing you there's two different approaches. Pick the one that's vibing for you visually, right?
I have a question.
You mean, when I say visually, how I see you building it in your head, right? Could look a little different, but you're all building the same thing, right? Cool? Let me get this upload, and then we can chat about stuff if you still need some stuff.